Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at Megaton Man meets the uncategorizable X-Thems #1, continuing our weekly uh, walk down memory lane with Megaton Man Mondays, Don Simpson's amazing new comic, indie comic from the 80s. And the 90s and beyond. So that is what we're looking at today. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. So, couple hiccups, but I feel like I'm on the right path. We've covered the first initial 10 Megaton Man series, 10 issues, and then there was the Return of Megaton Man for 3 issues, and then there were 3 one-shots. This is the first one, X-Thems. The next one is Yarn Man, which I already covered out of order, sorry about that. And then I'm looking for Tarot Man, or the Pterodactyl Man one, and then I think I go to Bizarre Heroes after that. Unless one of my sage advisors instructs me differently. So here we go. I love this for a lot of great reasons. I mean, aside from the fact that I absolutely love Megaton Man. Like, I'm so far into it now, though, I feel like I'm just, like, these are my family, my fucked up family. Totally invested in them, love them. Beautiful cover, Don Simpson doing everything. Hand lettering, I mean, come on. Kitchen Sink Comics. So curious, like, the publishing history. Like, I feel like maybe he's starting to work on Wasteland around this time or something. I don't know. But whatever. More research later. So this opening page. Oh, and this is in black and white, which is good. It's so funny I go back and forth because after 10 issues of color, like, I sometimes do miss the color. But then, you know, I'm such an art whore. I do love the black and white because I get to see all the juicy, thick black ink lines that Don slaps down that are so good. And gorgeous use of Zipatone on this page. This is what I love about indie comics from the 80s. Gorgeous use of Zipatone all over the place. Zipatone, the screens. They do them in computer now. They do everything in computer. But not Don Simpson, who just completed... Oh, actually, update preview. There is the front and back cover Don Simpson released of his upcoming 1963 annual. So I will attach it to the end of the video. So there's a reason to stick around, right? Cannot wait for that puppy to come out. It is going to be very talked about, if nothing else. It already is. So this is Megaton Man, the Golden Age Megaton Man, who is like Megaton Man's grandfather. He came out of retirement. He's basically got dementia or something, thinks he's in World War II. He's enjoying his resurgence. Lex Liquid, Dr. Liquid Man, I'm sorry, is like plotting his revenge against Dallas Starlight. But like okay, so this is like a continuation of the Return of Megaton Man. And so Megaton Man is sort of retired. He just had his baby with Stella Starlight, and they're sort of just living together in Ann Arbor with a few people. And then the Golden Age Megaton Man is unfortunately back on the scene, trying to act as, you know, the active Megaton Man. And then we introduce these X-Thems, because, you know, it's all about satire and parody with Don Simpson. And I can't help but feel like perhaps, you know, the X-Men were so popular at the time that, like, if you're gonna satirize something, you know, why would you do something like Superman that doesn't necessarily sell as well as the X-Men when you can totally cash in and get in all your great barbs and all your amazing stuff, your funny jokes. What does she say? Let's see. Oh, okay. Me, I'm the leather-clad dominatrix of the group. I just love it. Like that. I feel like that's like such a direct slam to Chris Claremont. The leather-clad dominatrix of the group. So, oh, and the other thing is, you know, I'm always saying that, like, there's little nuggets here and there. Like, I feel like Don Simpson is a prophet in a way, predicting the future. And I feel like the title in and of itself is very reflective of, you know, instead of men, they're called thems. And, you know, the new pronoun being they and them. Did Don Simpson predict non-binaryism? Dramatic pause for no one to answer. But, I mean, of course he probably didn't. Maybe he did. I don't know. He hasn't exactly shared with me if he has actual psychic powers or if it's just coincidence because he has such a, talent for seeing the obvious that maybe he just reveals it quicker than everyone else. I don't know. But then here's Kiddo, the young and impressionable team mascot. I've had 47 identities this month, but I'm learning and growing thanks to all the nurturing inner relationships that the X-Thems provide. I love their poses here too. Hilarious. Like, there's a lot of X-Men thing going on here. And the art is like next level. I don't know if Don was doing coke or something, but I'm like, I just can't believe like the level of detail and the amount of characters in every one of these pages. Maybe compensating for the black and white, perhaps, but like, why torture yourself? Like, there's no need to put this many characters on a panel unless you're like George Perez or something. But that's what I love. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's why the best humor, satire, comedy works well when it's quality and done right. You know what I mean? Because aside from their, ridiculous actions and situations, they could realistically act as a normal superhero team. Okay. Then, I mean, it does get a little cringy. The X-Thems have like a co-ed locker room. So the 70-year-old Megaton Man is in there with a bunch of, I don't know, X-Thems. But, I love this, a little cameo from Elvis. Because as I revealed, I was born on his birthday. Oh, and this, oh my gosh, at first I was like, oh my gosh, what a cute little wink and nod to Kirby Crackle. And then I'm like, okay, there it is again, just like a little dribble. And then, oh my god, this is hysterical. Is this a direct reference to the Brady Bunch? Because he's like, this guy is asking him, another thing I've always wondered every time I've visited here is, why is this house 2 stories on the outside and a single-story ranch on the outside? Like, is that not the Brady Bunch house? Like, it's totally 2 stories out inside, but only 1 story inside. So, or outside. 2 in, 1 out. Doesn't make sense. But I'm wondering if that was, like, a direct reference to that. Like, could it possibly be? This was also disturbing, too. Here comes Yarn Man. I thought he was yarn through and through. But now it looks like he has a fleshy gut under his yarn sweater, which is weird, right? I don't know. And then, the best thing ever, and I love this, and just, like, another genius thing of Don Simpson putting in here. So, Megaton Man becomes a sexually transmitted disease. What? Well, you're gonna have to stick around to find out why. But oh my gosh, this is hysterical too. Like, and this is Don Simpson. I don't know. This is like indie comics at their best. It's like, this is my comic, damn it. I want to draw a splash page of a bunch of women in their underwear, and I'm gonna do it. And then this chick says, anyway, suiting me up always reminds me of the days when we called ourselves the TN Agents, which I absolutely love that name. And I'm begging for a spinoff, the TN Agents. And then we have my relatable moment. How long must we hide in shame and isolated, hounded by a world that fears and hates us just because we're different? Do you mean superpowered mutants like the X-Thems? No, I mean skinny little gay guys like me. Amen, sister friend. Anyway. This is a totally fun one-shot. I mean, so random, right? Like, 10-issue series, 3-issue miniseries, 3 one-shots, and then like an 18-issue series. What's the master plan, Don? What is the master plan? And then the return of Mars, God of War. I love him so much with his missing tooth and his gorgeously her suit, legs, and forearms. Yes, now it's all coming back to me. I really enjoy the way that, because I can't leave out the art. Um, I enjoy the way that the leg hair was inked. Very much so. Oh my gosh, but in here, see, Grandpa Megaton Man just slept with Kitty Pryde, and wow. And feels bad about it, though, so I don't know. I'm sure she's fine. Oh, and look at all this great lettering. I love the lettering going on behind the panel. It's so much fun. Look at all that crazy, ridiculous muscles. And the Kirby dots. Oh, and he says something about the Kirby dots, but I felt, okay, this is a little more redemptive, but that's, like, barely anything. Like, that's hardly Kirby dots. And he has the same buttons that Megaton Man has on his cape, so I'm wondering if there is, like, a clothier to the superheroes. The Kirby dots. Maybe, just maybe. Would that be too weird and meta if the next Marvel event was that the Marvel Universe was ravaged by Kirby dots? That would be like Kirby's best revenge in a way, right? I smell a fanfic. Megaton Man, now with realistic proportions. How do we feel about that? I mean, that is a great body right there, so that's fine. That looks good. That would be acceptable, but I mean, we just need Megaton Man. And it's all this ridiculous glory. I mean, he's just boring like that. It's like Cyclops with a cape. Like, who cares? And then Yarn Man gets jacked up, which I love that too. Hysterical. And then it's just so stupid. The stupidity of it is just so ridiculous. So since he can't bulk up anymore, he just decides to stuff his outfit and wear like a strap-on chin. Just like so stupid. And that is why I just continue to love frickin' Megaton Man, the gift that keeps giving. The art is so gorgeous. I'm getting ready. I need to preview that 1963 annual for you guys. It is going to be so good. This made my heart happy too. Looks like we take the I-75 to Toledo, catch the Ohio and Pennsylvania turnpikes, then on to Megatropolis, because I'm from Toledo, Ohio. And I'm no longer afraid to admit that. And this, Clarissa, after boinking Yarn Man nonstop, she is sexually transmitted Megaton Woman, which turns her into Miss Megaton, who I think is going to be a fun, fantastic character. I cannot wait. And she just wants to go screw people. And then, so Megaton Man has to get back into shape. And then we have this Body by Nuke personal trainer show up. Very cartoony, very exaggerated, very fun. And continued in Yarn Man, but we already did that. So, I don't know, guys. Stick around. The next couple of weeks should be interesting. I have been promising this one thing that I have to get to, and I think next week will be perfect for that. So then after that, we'll get into Bizarre Heroes. I just continue to love this. You should continue to find the back issues while they're still affordable, relatively. They are kind of hard to find, but it's possible. And, we're looking forward to the 1963 annual, followed by the Megaton Man Omnibus, the year of Don Simpson, 2023. Megaton Man Mondays continue. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will bring you more later.